Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this session. It has this very ambitious title, Practical Design Patterns in the Age of the Cloud. It might as well have been called Magnus Rants About Cloud for 20 minutes, because that's what's going to happen here right now. The thing about the cloud here is that I work with cloud solutions all the time, and people are not doing it right. I guess that's my business. Cool. I get to correct people's mistake all day long, help them out, get them along, and it's great. But there are certain things that I see happening over and over again in the cloud, and people are not doing it right, basically, right? Because the thing is, in the cloud, you have a bunch of new and very interesting opportunities to succeed and to fail in all the old ways, plus some new ones that you never knew existed. Also, in the cloud, you have this unlimited compute power until you receive your credit card statement. I see people running too expensive deployments all the time, and they don't know how to be mean and lean, basically, right? So what you need to do is you need to, of course, figure out how all of these services in the platform work, what features they have, and then use that, basically combine that with good classic software design patterns, and then that's it. That's what you need to do. So really, it's nothing new as such, but I see a lot of people don't have enough knowledge about the cloud when they're doing their thing. So this is an awesome audience. Any of you have anything deployed to the cloud which is in production? Production? Yes, that's more than half, right? And some of you don't. So I got a lot of mileage out here in the audience. That's cool. You guys, if you want to pitch in or something, you should do that. We only have 20 minutes, but let's try. I run my own company in LoftySoft, and here's my Twitter handle there. If somebody wants to tweet me something nice, I like that. The point of this slide is that I have been in the Azure cloud since the beginning. I run a consultancy where I help companies build their own, first airplane and take off and go to the cloud. And since I'm here all week, you can go and find me in the directory, in the attendee directory, and there's a little button there that says book a meeting, and you can meet up with me, and we'll have a beer, we'll have a laugh, or whatever it is, and you can talk about your architecture. Why not? I mean, we're all here. I would be amiss if I didn't put up this slide, because I kind of have to. Has anyone attended a Global Azure Bootcamp event? One! Only one. Good. Well, that's great, because now all you guys know that the Global Azure Bootcamp event will happen sometime. I'm not going to disclose today when, because this event is like more than 15,000 attending, several hundreds of locations every year, and the dates for the next Global Azure Bootcamp will be announced over in the community, Cloud for All Community Social on Thursday, so 2 days from now. You guys who like cloud, you should definitely head over there. There's going to be a bunch of things happening there. And I have stickers, by the way, so I'm going to hand out stickers to this thing and announce the dates for the Global Azure Bootcamp. Now, we're going to spend most of the time here talking about actual patterns and clouds and stuff, but I figured I'd give you the end slide first, right? So this is all you need to know. Take a picture of that, and we'll spend the rest of the time talking about some practical patterns that I have used in real life. That's the Patterns and Practices Architecture site for cloud patterns and the Microsoft Architecture Center. Both are really great resources, and if you're doing anything serious with cloud, you should definitely go and scope that out. So, friends, it looks like you are migrating to the cloud. Would you like some help with that? I think any self-respecting presentation should always have Clippy. I think many of you have seen this slide. It's one of those wow slides that show you how much there is in the cloud, and you can actually go and find out. I don't know if you know this, but you can go and execute the get Azure RM resource provider commandlet, and that's going to count for you all the resource providers that exist in the Azure platform right now, and it's 150. Maybe a few more after the announcements that happened here at the conference, right? So there's so much. Many of these have multiple services, of course, like networking is one provider. So there's so much in the Azure cloud that people get overwhelmed. And really what we need to do is maybe try to make it simpler. Just talk about a simple thing and see what happens. So this may be, I put this one first because this may be my favorite pattern in the cloud because it has helped me several times to do really powerful things. Basically, the gist of this is that you can go to your data storage, the blue stuff there, all the time to fetch the views of the data that you want to look at. But you might also instead decide to materialize and store some views somewhere else externally and use that for the querying, just for the reads. And you have to, of course, go and update these views time and again, but that's okay. It helps you offload some from this. Is there something wrong with the mic? No. Right. It helps you offload the storage system for all the processing. So, and if you put that together with another pattern, the static content hosting pattern, that helps you to store, because you have Azure Storage, for instance, right? Store information in a different location and sort of read it close to the users. You take both of these and put them together, you get something really tasty. I urge people to think about that, to sort of use Azure Storage around the world and move data over to readable views over to other locations. I had a customer that was implementing that, and we went a little crazy when we did that because we started going for something that isn't so simple, namely the very powerful command and query responsibility segregation pattern, or the CQRS pattern. Basically means that you send all your commands on one pipeline and you update your storage and you also update some views, right? And then you do all the querying against those views in a separate sort of divided way, which means that you can have query data spread out around the world in many locations and read from there. But I gotta say, a lot of people are talking about these patterns. This is what I would like to call the teenage blank of contemporary software architecture. You know what that means, right? It's the thing that, everybody's talking about it. Not a lot of people are actually doing it, and those who are doing it are not doing it right. And then that's this pattern. It's not simple to implement. So instead of doing that, you might consider using a feature which is already in Azure. For instance, turn on the geo replication on your databases. This is the thing that I did for a customer. It's really good. He was doing all of this, complicated. I'm going to synchronize the databases. I'm going to write data in many locations and do active syncing and stuff. Instead, we turned on this, and he could literally just remove all of those concerns from his design and have Microsoft do it instead, do the thing that they are really good at. There's another, of course, Microsoft has kind of effectively one-upped each other themselves, right? And added for the Cosmos DB, announced here at the keynote, the general availability of the multi-master support, right? So you can now write data in all the locations, and that's going to, of course, if you have a global scenario, really going to help you so that all the complications is kind of handled by some other experts, and it's not your concern to build anymore. But let's talk about one more storage pattern, and I'm going to walk you through something which is really, really powerful that I hope you're all going to enjoy. This is the valet key pattern. I honestly don't care much for that image. I think it's kind of meh. So let's rest our eyes on this instead. Now, we don't do valet parking much in Sweden, in fact, not at all. But you do it a bunch here. I think I have some Americans in the audience, right? So valet parking is a thing that you do. And so what you could do is you could go to the valet, to the parking attendant, and you give your key and go to dinner and have steak and stuff. And then you picture in the back of your mind that the valet parking attendant, he's drifting through the streets or something with your car while you're having dinner, right? So I don't know, does anyone have a valet key to their car? You do? It's good, right? So a valet key, there's one over there. A valet key is a special key which doesn't actually allow you to drive very far. It allows you to drive for a couple of blocks and then the car shuts down. So that's a really good thing to have, a special key for a special purpose. And when you're sending data to Azure or downloading data from Azure, what I see most people do is they set up this API and then they upload or download data through the API. So all the byte stream of your files is going into the memory, into the RAM of the server, which is not where it's supposed to be, because the server only does one thing. It takes it and chucks it down into storage. So what you could do instead, and honestly, very few times, like I don't think I've ever seen that happen organically. I've helped customers build this, but I've never seen anyone who like, yeah, we did this thing. So that's why I'm telling you here now that for Azure, here's I did a presentation last week in Sydney. That's why it says Sydney up there. But if we have this picture stored in Azure, and you want to browse to it, it's going to come back and say 404 because it's not available. In fact, Azure is not even telling you whether it exists or not. It just says 404. So what you do is instead is that you attach to this URL this key, this valet key, if you will, the SaaS signature, shared access signature, and gives it, in this case, read access for a little while, and you can read and download this file. And when you browse to that URL, you will automatically get, rainbow, unicorn, butterfly, kitten. And I think we all need a little more rainbow, unicorn, butterfly, kittens in our lives. I think you all agree. So how does this work? Or how do I apply these keys to my code? And what help would I get from this key? Well, so let's walk you through it. If you upload a file, the client will ask the server, I need to upload a file. The server will, validate the request. Is the user signed in? And is everything okay? And if it is, the server will return a URL to where the file should be uploaded, including this SaaS signature. Okay? Goes down to the client, and then the client streams the data directly into Azure storage. So no longer does it upload all the byte stream into the memory of the server, which stores in storage. You go direct to storage. That's what Azure Storage is for. And cool part here is that Azure Storage supports CORS. Can anyone tell me what CORS is? Anyone? Okay, yeah. CORS is cross-origin resource sharing, right? Which means that if you configure storage to accept incoming data from a different domain, so you can do that in the browser now, upload the data directly to storage. And you have to know about that. If you don't know that feature exists, how can you build that architecture, right? So one more cool thing is that when the data is uploaded, when the file actually lands in storage, well, then you can go and send an event. Azure Storage supports events to send an event to the event grid, and the event grid can then call into your code, and you can process the file on the server. So that's uploading. It's really cool to build uploads that way. Let's go the other way. Let's download a file instead. How would download look? Well, the client requests a file through the API, says, I would like to download this file, please. And the server will do, authentication, logging, counting, and stuff like that. That happens on the server. And then the server responds with an HTTP response saying 302 found. That effectively means, I found that file you wanted. It's not, I don't have it on me, but it's over there in storage. So here's a URL with a SaaS key with read access for about 5 minutes, whatever it takes. For you to go and download that from storage. And a browser and all other clients, this is a normal HTTP response. They understand this, so they will immediately redirect over to that storage and download the file. Again, you're not reading the file from storage and streaming all the bytes out through the service anymore. You're actually using storage as it is intended. I think that's really effective. I've seen many times that this helps typically offload the service, which is now just doing the validation and the counting and creating these URLs, and then nothing more, right? It's really powerful, and you should all think about doing this for your applications. The thing is that we have all these services that I showed you, this blue slide. You have many services. What you're building now is composable systems. And what you need to think about there are a couple of things. A friend of mine, Chris Old, said that building applications today is becoming less about building applications and more about using existing services to bolt applications together. That's basically what we're doing. I mean, none of us would go like, yeah, I'm going to build myself a new email server. No, that's built, right? It's done. Nobody's doing that. We're using an email service if we need it, right? So we're effectively putting things together in various configurations to fulfill our business goals. So what you need to know then, or respect, and this is another thing that I've seen so many times, we are now using somebody else's service, right? The cloud service provider is hosting this service for you. Could be a database, could be anything. I've seen so many times that you take your on-premise code and you plop it down in Azure and you run it, and hey, it works, right? Yes, but not great, because back in the day, you would have your server rack in your server room. You would have the blades, right? You would have a compute blade, and then you would have the one below would be the server. It'd be like a SQL server with a little label. This is Matilda, our SQL server, right? And a piece of cable this long. Well, then you know exactly where your server is, and that code ran probably very well. But what I see people do is migrate to the cloud and say, hey, my code runs in the cloud, really cool. Yes, they're missing a point. In the cloud, you have to do async await because you're using somebody else's service. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen people are not doing this because asynchronicity is hard. No, it's not. Additionally, you have to retry. So there is a retry pattern, and it looks like this, very simple. If you call the service that you need and it doesn't respond the way it should, the first thing you do is wait a little and try again. And then maybe wait a little again and try again if you get a bad response from the service. Now, usually, oftentimes, if you do this, if you handle what's called transient errors, right, then you'll be okay. It just takes a little longer to get the response. And if you have to wait a little longer, maybe a second and a half or something, then you definitely want to do async await because you don't know how long you're waiting. It could be a while. So these things come together nicely. And let's say that a really bad thing happened. The service actually doesn't respond the way it should. Then there's the next thing happens. You have to code for contingencies. You have to understand that failures will happen. It's only a matter of time, and your code needs to be prepared for that instead of maybe throwing a yellow screen of death at your users, which they hate that. They don't like to wait, but they hate crashing applications even more. So you need to be mindful that if the service that I am dependent on is not doing what it's supposed to be doing, what do I do, right? I have to do something in my code to say, unfortunately, user, this didn't happen right now. You have to go back and try again. Of course, that's annoying to users, but yellow screen of death is even worse. So when you're building these composable systems, you have to think about coding defensively. You have to do this retries and handle transient errors and that kind of a thing. And you have to know that things will fail. And how does my code react when things fail? And always do a lot of tracing. So let me see. I have a couple of minutes to spare. So let's jump to and see if there are any specific questions at this time. Anyone have a question? Any thoughts? I think we're good. Okay, no problem. So the thing about the cloud is that you pay for what you use. And if you build applications that cannot be mean and lean, you're going to pay more. And that's super, super basic and important to think about. In the cloud, your effective architectures will take full advantage of this multitude of services that are in the Azure platform. Basically means study architecture, study other people's architectures, and figure out what they did. And of course, learn about the features of all the services. Oh, SaaS keys, and oh, Azure Storage supports cores. Well, that's cool, I can use that. But only if you know that it does. So in the cloud, your code needs to work when somebody else's service does not. That's super important. So I guess the whole point of this session is, again, learn about cloud patterns, learn about all of those Azure services, study them, and figure out, like a good chef, right? Study recipes, that's important. And then if you put one and one together, you will get, awesome sauce, your application running cool in the cloud, right? Before I leave you, I will show you this. This is an anti-pattern that I thought about myself here. I call the pattern almost flying in the clouds. The point of that is that you have built this new thing, right? This cloud version of your code, this multi-tenant awesome system, and it's running in the cloud. And at the same time, what do you have? Well, you have those old customers as well, right? Who have the on-premise version still. And you go to marketing and you tell them, hey guys, can we move this over? And they're like, or your managers, I should say, they'll be like, well, they're still paying for the old application, right? And we still got to keep that around. So that kind of means that you're dragging have heavy weight around. What you need to do at some point is lose that dead weight and really commit, because what you have is double the code base and double the chance that something gets an error or a bug, and that's going to slow you down and drag you down, and you're not going to be able to fly and be cool. So that's it. I'm going to remind you again about the Cloud for All Community Social on Thursday, 10:30. Come there, get your stickers, find out when the Global Azure Bootcamp happens. Thank you so much for being with me today. And I'm going to flip over to the eval slide. Thank you for being here. Go out and have fun and drink beers. I know I'm gonna. Thank you. Thanks.